All right. Just wanted to record a recap again of today's trading session. Um, I didn't end up taking this trade, so didn't take any trades today. My biggest regret today was just not staying at the charts for longer. I had to start doing that. I get impatient. Um, I guess it's not an awful habit to have compared to like people who get impatient and they decide to stay at the charts and trade something that's not there and then they lose. So it's better that I'm leaving being impatient, but I have to start staying longer and being a little bit more patient and allowing my setup to potentially form. I left the charts at like 9:45 or something like that, 9:50 this morning, thinking that there's just no way I get a setup because I saw this candle here and I'm like, all right, we're just gonna come for my. This is my draw on liquidity today, and I figured, all right, we're just gonna come for it. Like I'm not gonna get a setup. It is what it is. Like it's over. Um, and then I'm at the gym. I go on TradingView just to check, like, you know, let's see what it's doing. Did it hit my draw or not? And I see this beautiful setup here. Fucking beautiful, man. So I have to make sure that I stay at the charts for longer, at least 10:30, but 11:30 if I can. There's some mornings I can't. I have class at 11:30, but some days I can stay all the way to 11:30. At the very least, on the days I have class at 11:30, I have to stay until at least 10:30, 10:45 at the charts to see if I can find a setup. So I've done this before where I discount the day. I'm like, it went without me. Like at 9:30, if it goes without me, I'm like, all right, nothing here. Like I'm discounting the entire rest of the AM session just because that happened. At the very least, before my drawn liquidity gets hit, I have to stay at the charts, at the very least. So this morning, had I stayed, this was a beautiful setup. It's in the direction of my bias. You see the drawn liquidity just barely not get hit. This morning when I left, came all the way back down, swept liquidity. And then also, I don't know exactly if it tapped in here. It might have. No, they like closed the same point. That's fine. The only thing I didn't necessarily have was an inverse fair value gap or any PD array for that matter. I didn't really have that on the higher time frame. That's the only thing I really didn't have to be fair to this setup. But we still tapped into, well, you argue this is a higher time frame, whatever. I mean, the setup itself took place in the 5 minutes, so this could be arguably a higher time frame, right? Tapped into this fair value gap on the 15 minute, and then from there, boom. Now, sweep of liquidity, and then we get price starting to run up, right? Broke structure here, set my limit order here, underneath the low, boom. Beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful trade that I definitely missed out on today because I just left the charts too early. So, gotta remember that. Tomorrow I'll stay until, what's tomorrow? What's my schedule tomorrow? Okay, I do have an 11:30 class tomorrow. My calendar's over there. That's why I looked. So I'll stay until 10:30, 10:45 tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a setup. It is Friday, so we'll see. But yeah, all right. So something to learn from. Just be a little bit more patient and waiting for my setup to develop. But